Who would like to kick us off? Anton?
Hi, Sarina.
Hi.
You looked pretty animated on the touchline at times tonight. How disappointed are you with the performance as well as the result tonight?
Yeah, of course I'm very disappointed. I think we started well. We could have we created a chance in the first minute. Then we scored a goal. I thought it was a pretty good goal too. Unfortunately, disallowed. And I think after that we created. Of course, we know France was really good, but I think we created our own problems a little bit by playing short passes all the time, where they could full press, and we wanted to skip players and get in behind them to receive the ball. But then we were a bit sloppy too, so we lost the balls in those moments too, and that we didn't help ourselves with that, and it was hard for us to get out of that situation. And of course, they scored 2 goals. One when we were sloppy. We could have created a huge chance for that, but they won it and they scored a goal. So that was very unfortunate. And of course, we want to do that better. I think second half later on, I think we tried to get in behind, and we didn't create that many chances. But when we get there, we have to shoot on goal then too, get it on target. And I think after we scored the corner, we tried to force a goal, and we were close, but not close enough. And overall, of course, we want to do better. So that will be the big learnings I just talked through. And we need to move on too.
You were so happy with the way that the training and the build-up was going. Just speaking to the players, they're admitting they're really frustrated with the performance tonight. Are you frustrated? Is that the best word to describe it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Of course, we were frustrated because I had a bit too. Like we had such 3 very good weeks, and we trained really well. But that's never a guarantee that, of course, you win the game. And you also know that France is it's a proper team too. So you have to do things really well. We just didn't get it right at those moments, and some moments we did. I think there were parts in the game that we did well, and also moments of scoring that goal. Like no one expected that to be disallowed. So we had to get out of that better too, because it was a huge surprise that it was disallowed. So those are things we take with us.
Hi, Sarina.
Hi.
I just wonder what you made of the midfield battle. Did it feel at times that France were able to overload England's midfield, particularly in the wide areas?
Yeah, I think they became most of the time dangerous. We know that they're powerful, they're quick. But I think the moments they became the most dangerous when we turned the ball over. And so we wanted to do that better and not get in the face, not receive the ball right in the face, so they could press that. And and then in midfield, but also up front, they're just gone then.
Yeah, and I just want to ask about the substitutions, because it seemed, certainly obviously later in the game, the likes of Grace Clinton, Michelle Adjaman, when they came on, it seemed to make a difference. I wonder, in hindsight, would you have made those substitutions earlier?
No, because we want to, after halftime, of course, at halftime you speak and you want to do things better and take that opportunity to do things better. And then we made a tweak with when you bring in Chloe, for example. She's not coming inside that much. And we got the opportunity in the first half too. At moments we did find the overload in our midfield. We just didn't keep the ball good enough. And then you want to take that opportunity also to do that better in the second half. And later on, we thought, okay, then we have to change that and figure out something else to trying to harm them.
Thank you.
Thanks. Kit?
Hi, Sarina. You started the game very well, and then you had the goal that was disallowed, and you seemed to lose your way a little bit after that. Why did the game seem to change so much on that disallowed goal?
I'm not sure if it's the disallowed goal. I think what I just tried to express is that when we built, we chose to choose short passes, and that they were aiming for that, and they were really pretty good in midfield. So I think we had to go around. At moments on the right side, we had overloads where we could find that, but then you have to skip players and and not playing the short passes. But when you receive it, then we have to be tighter on the ball and be quicker to play it out of that press that develops too. So I think we cause a bit our own problems, knowing that when you don't do these things right against France, it's a very good team, so they can harm you.
And we've heard from Leah Williamson, and she's kind of criticised the one-on-one defending of the team and called it cheap and emotional. Is that kind of an assessment you would agree with tonight?
Cheap and emotional?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't express it like that. I would articulate it different.
How would you articulate it?
Well, of course, I think that it caused, like, they're very strong and quick. And I think they came at moments in the counter-attack, especially the first half. And sometimes you just have to, you try to slow down their pace, and then you come together and try to be compact and have the backward press, and so to take out the 1v1.
Luke.
Hi, Sarina. You seemed quite animated after their second goal. Replays did seem to. I thought it was a foul on Alessia Russo in the build-up. Is that what you were upset about?
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, are you worried? should
Yeah, I'm not the referee, but I was upset about it.
Yeah, it was a foul, in your opinion.
I'm not the referee.
No, it's a shame. Secondly, we keep getting these performances from your team. Like we have this inconsistency. When you're good, but when you're bad, you're bad. And we've kind of assumed that you would put it right at the tournament because that's what England do. So, is it especially concerning that you've delivered a performance like that on the big stage at a tournament when you're normally at your best?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat the last sentence?
All of it, or just the
No, not all of it. No,
it was quite a long question.
No, sorry about that.
That's
last
right. No, don't worry. Is it more worrying that you've delivered a performance like this at a tournament when traditionally, usually, you've been at your best?
Yeah. No, I think I can't really compare all the first games in tournaments. I think what the Nations League already has seen is that every game is competitive. I think playing against France is just totally different than every other start of a tournament, because I think they're a world-class team, and I think we're a very good team too. So yes, we had to be straight away at our very best, and otherwise you would be punished, and that's what happened today. And it's a group stage, but it's a game on itself, and it's the opening of the tournament, so that makes it hard. At the same time, we do have an opportunity to get it right.
Hi, Sarina. You made a big decision to start Lauren James. Clearly, with the ball, she played well, but I think it's fair to say without the ball, she's not 100% fit. In hindsight, did you make a big gamble there? Was that a mistake to start her? Is it too soon?
No, I don't see that as a mistake. It was a choice, and I think if she had scored that ball in the first minutes, and if the cross she made in the first half, where we just couldn't get ahead on, I think we would have had a different conversation.
And can you tell us, why did you not make any substitutions at half-time? Were you tempted to do so after being 2-0 down?
No, because I thought I had the conviction that having a conversation or having a short meeting at halftime, that we could do better at the second half, and I want to give that opportunity because we started really well, and later on we had these short passes what I just spoke about, and I think this team was capable of doing that, so I didn't want to sub straight away.
Okay, we need to keep it to one more question each. We'll go to the back.
Hendrik Lückhoff, ARD, German Radio. The German team is a possible opponent for you and your team in the quarterfinals. May I ask you, what do you think about the German team at the moment?
Well, I would like to talk about France. We're far away from the quarterfinal at the moment, so let's first talk about this game, and then going to play the Netherlands next Wednesday. And they had a good start, Germany, so that was good for them.
Okay, 3 more questions. One from Charlotte, one from Tom, one from Miguel. Thank you.
Hi, Sarina. Do you think Lauren James's free role left your midfield more exposed?
She didn't have a total free role, and I think what we got exposed, I think, by losing the ball at moments. We actually didn't want to lose the ball, like very early in the build, and I think that was our main topic to find a solution on.
Thanks.
Thanks, Charlotte. Come to the front. Okay.
Hi, Sarina. The Netherlands coming up next in just 4 days' time. They obviously are coming off a big win themselves. What have you seen? Have you seen some things from their team that you can kind of exploit? What kind of different challenge will they offer to what France posed today?
Yeah, it's a different team. They're very dynamic. Of course, I know them pretty well. They want to play in the pockets and try to change the shape all the time. And they definitely want to have the ball and play, but they also want to press high at moments. So we'll get prepared for that.
Final question.
Hi, Sarina. Would you play that formation with that personnel again in this game or going forward?
I don't know yet. We're first reviewing, and then I have the conversation with players, and then we start training, and then we make final decisions for the next game.
There's no. Would you have regrets about the formation you picked?
No, we have a lot of I make a lot of consideration before I make a starting lineup, and I do it together with my technical staff. And sometimes things go well, and sometimes it doesn't go well. But I don't have regrets because, we try to turn every stone before we make a lineup.
Thanks, Miguel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.